Hey guys, so this is just going to be a analysis of circumcision search results via sort of different web browsers, Google versus, Chrome versus Bing, sort of, because I've noticed some disparity of information between sort of search engines, and it's such an important issue which I think a lot of people tend to avoid or sort of, put off, and then sort of all of a sudden the mother is presented with the question, oh, you have, A, you have a boy, and B, sort of, do you want him to be circumcised? And a lot of these mothers, I think at least, sort of just think it out of the blue, oh, okay, sort of, everyone's getting circumcised, it's the normal thing to do, why not do it? Allegedly has these health benefits. And I think generally that's not that's a horrible way of sort of approaching this, young boy's life and sort of saying, you have no control over your body and I'm going to make little to no research in regards to your own body. So if they ever do, sort of, they can go to Google research. Anyways, one thing I've noticed is that sort of, no matter sort of the only, I think, country in the world that recommends sort of slightly kind of recommend circumcision is America, which previously didn't. They had to overturn their thing because they said it had cure for penile cancers, which you have to have more than 10,000 cases to allegedly sort of solve one case, which you get at maybe 93 years old. So let's just type in, is circumcision necessary? Okay. Alright, so this is just of a normal thing. Sometimes there's a medical need for circumcision, such as when the foreskin is too tight to be pulled back, retracted of the glands. In other cases, particularly in parts of Africa, circumcision is recommended for older boys or men to reduce the certainty of sexually transmitted infections. By the way, those sorts of African circumcisions have not been going great, but they don't want you to know about that. Sort of, there's been a lot of botches. Just condom works fine, but apparently we do things over there. But okay, so I'm not sure if I can get it to search on Bing, but generally this is a stating saying a normal functioning boy, sort of, there's nothing wrong with him, is born, saying sometimes. This is saying there's no medical need for a circumcision when a baby is born. They just say that's not the first thing that shows up. It's like, what they could say is unless there's a problem, you don't need it. As a matter of fact, it can be harmful. That's not what they're saying there. So that just makes me a little uneasy, the fact that Google would all of a sudden default to this option, because I'm getting a little conspiracy theorist, I will concede. Google has a tendency to sort of, rather than sort of cause conflict, just appease certain groups. Like there's some border territories between China and India. Now if you look up Google Maps in India, sort of will say, oh yeah, India owns that land. However, if you do it in China, they say, oh yeah, China owns that land. And everyone's like, oh thank goodness. So they think that like, oh yeah, it's kind of good. That's not exactly what is actually true circumcision. It's just what shows up on Google, which makes me a little nervous. Okay, so for the next one, is circumcision good? There are some evidence that circumcision has benefits, including less risk of urinary tract infections, a reduced risk of some sexually transmitted disease in men, protection against penile cancer, and low risk of cervical cancer in female partners. I don't think these studies have really gone through, but okay, that's the advantages that are there. Okay, but let's just say it's bad. Surely, that has that little black thing because it's such an obvious piece of information. Is circumcision bad? Alright, hang on. They're being fair. We're finding out stuff. Circumcision side effects. 1 to 3% of circumcisions will result in minor complications such as extra bleeding or infection, which topical antibiotics clear up. Other risks include poor cosmesis. The penis doesn't look right. It's kind of a strange thing. Sort of like the normal penis is a penis, sort of. Apparently, for a lot of parents, I think, are just getting their dicks cut off for cosmetic reasons. Period. It's like, I'm used to it, and like, what kind of fucked up way is that to look up at a penis? Sort of, they say like, oh yeah, he'll have psychological problems if he sees his dad with a fucking circumcised penis and he's not circumcised. Like, of all the fucking things, so like, you could have green eyes, he has brown eyes, he has like curly hair, he's really big, he's hairy, you're not. Oh no, this one particular issue is gonna fucking fuck up his entire life. I digress. Which topical antibiotics can clear up? Well, yeah. Well, if you have any issues sort of previously, even with an uncircumcised dick, then yeah, antibiotics will probably clear that up as well. Did I mention that? Other risks include poor cosmetic, so penis didn't look right, and penile adhesion. Anyways, guys, so this is the little taste. Sort of let me know what you think. Sort of if you've done this sort of similar search results in Google, on Chrome, on Yahoo, and just notice, some slight differences, and okay, that's a little weird way of wording it, that's not exactly what I asked. Let me know what you think. Comment to me what your experiences are below. Thanks for watching.